COVID-19 cases in Montana are surging, but Steve Bullock stacked his coronavirus relief task force with his own campaign donors who stand to benefit from the funds. Things are getting worse in Montana, while Steve Bullock keeps on playing politics.
Steve Bullock's coronavirus relief task force stacked with donors who stand to benefit. Closed-door meetings that likely violated the law. Just 13% of the funds had reached towns and small businesses. While cases surge, Steve Bullock helps donors, not Montana.
Steve Bullock put high-value donors on his coronavirus relief task force, and now at least 3 members' companies have gotten money. Meanwhile, just 13% of relief funds had reached our towns and small businesses. Steve Bullock just keeps playing politics.
When Steve Bullock ran for president, he took 23 trips with his security detail, costing taxpayers $56,000. But Bullock reimbursed just $3,400, shorting us $50,000. Steve Bullock using your money to help himself.
Steve Bullock dragged his taxpayer-funded security detail out of state 23 times so he could run for president, costing $56,000. But Bullock paid back just $3,400. Steve Bullock's failed campaign cost you plenty. Steve Bullock was fined thousands for failing to properly report campaign trips on state planes 36 times, then vetoed a bill requiring him to pay back taxpayers for campaigning with state planes. Steve Bullock plays politics, and we pay the price.
Steve Bullock supports changing the rules in Washington to make it easier for liberals to enact their extreme agenda. The Green New Deal, government-run health care, defunding the police. Steve Bullock's changed, and now he stands with them.
Steve Bullock logged a lot of miles running for president, and somewhere he changed. Now Bullock supports changing the rules in D.C. to help liberals pass their left-wing agenda. Running for president changed Steve Bullock. He's not for us anymore.
Since running for president, Steve Bullock's changed. He changed the rules in D.C. to help pass his liberal backers' extreme agenda. And on guns?
Tell me about your evolution on guns. I know that you have changed your mind over time.
Steve Bullock's changed. Joe Biden won't say where he stands on packing the Supreme Court.
They'll know my opinion on court packing when the election is over.
But Steve Bullock has already caved to the far left.
So I am open to expanding the court from 9 to 11.
Steve Bullock's changed.
Steve Bullock flip-flopped on guns.
You've changed your stance on guns.
Now Bullock's for more gun control, even seizing guns without due process. An F from the NRA. Steve Bullock's changed and left Montana values behind.
When Steve Bullock ran for president, he changed. He changed when he loaded his coronavirus task force with his own donors. He changed his position on Second Amendment rights and got an F rating from the NRA. He stands with DC liberals now, not Montana.
Take a closer look at Steve Bullock's record on guns. He's with the radical left now, supporting gun bans, magazine capacity limits, even seizing guns without due process. Take a closer look and it's clear, Steve Bullock's not for us anymore.
What happened to Steve Bullock? He stacked his coronavirus task force with his own donors. He turned left on guns and has an F from the NRA. And on packing the Supreme Court with liberals?
So I am open to expanding the court.
Steve Bullock changed.